Welcome back. Welcome to episode 15 of Not Coming Soon. Can you guys believe it? 15.
I can't believe it.
It's divisible by 5. I don't know exactly why it's a threshold, but it's impressive. It's another one, and you guys keep coming back, or you're coming for the first time. Either way, we love having you. We're happy you're here.
According to our statistics, nobody's really coming, so...
Right. No. This is for the future.
Oh, right,
when everyone's there, and then like seeing our humble origins, they're like, look how young they look, you know?
Yeah, because we're gonna be 45 by the time anybody sees any of this.
Yeah, I wonder when the first people will roll in, you know, like episode 50, 100. It's funny how we're just kind of talking to air until somebody listens, but it's fun. We like talking about it. So, without further ado, my name's Ryan.
My name's Jeff.
And this is going to be part 3. We're going to close out the sequel today.
Part 3.
Yeah. To give you guys a little heads up, we are going to start the session by just going over stuff we're doing, things we're watching, events that are happening to us. We're going to do that, and then we're going to dive in to the casting and kind of wrap up of the sequel.
Sounds good to me.
And we're going to have a connection and get you guys home safely. Now, Jeffrey, some big news happened yesterday. You want to share with the...
Some big news did happen yesterday.
Some big news. Some huge news.
Huge news.
Huge news. Yeah.
Huge news. We are getting another rendition of Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine.
The masses didn't think it could happen.
They didn't think. People doubted. People doubted.
They did? I doubted. I thought it was Playful Banner.
I thought it was over. But back again with the claws.
Yeah. All right. It's fun. And there's going to be tons of build up, and the press tour is going to be a dream.
Oh my gosh.
But can you imagine if you're sitting in the theater for Deadpool 3 and you have heard nothing and Wolverine comes out of nowhere? Electric. But I think this is going to be fun.
Was his last appearance as Wolverine Logan, or did he do that cameo for, what was it?
Right.
Was it Apocalypse? Or was it...
No, I think it was...
Dark Phoenix. It was Dark Phoenix, and it was...
Was it? I don't think it was Dark Phoenix, because
I don't think
I've seen Dark Phoenix.
Okay, so he did have an uncredited cameo in Apocalypse, which was 2016. So Logan was his last appearance as Wolverine.
Wow. It would have been poetic.
It would have been nice. I think James Mangold, who directed Logan, tweeted a GIF of Logan dying in Logan as kind of like thought this character was dead.
I feel like I saw somewhere, it was like Ryan Reynolds or somebody said addressed that, and they're like, this is a different thing. Is what he said.
So they did the announcement video, right? And then the next day they released another video with the two of them talking to camera, and the topic of didn't Wolverine die in Logan? And they were like, well, that was 2029 in that timeline. So if you go back and set in 2029, this is well before then.
That's true.
Not like they really care about continuity.
No.
Because he's playing the same character that was that he had previously played in an X-Men movie.
Right. Time travel is well established in the X-Men universe. So maybe they're going that
now
way.
There's
the Deadpool universe with Cable.
Also this. Ryan Reynolds said multiple times that this was an MCU appearance.
Maybe they're just gonna throw 20th Century Fox stuff all out the window, and
who knows?
Who does know? But it's exciting.
Yeah.
Not knowing's part of the fun.
Indeed.
Yes.
I'm excited for that, and that's like literally 2 years away. So
oh gosh, yeah. They probably shook hands on it like 2 days ago, and then
Yeah. Yeah.
beyond that, you
No.
watching anything?
Let me see here. So we are
Stuff that's actually come out.
well. We can talk about. I don't want to be the reality TV guy on this show.
You're talking about Selling Sunset again?
No, I'm not talking about
Oh.
Selling Sunset. No, I don't want to become. But
Okay.
I did finish the last season of The Bachelorette, and now we're starting Bachelor in Paradise, and all is right in the world. It's gonna be great.
Are the Bachelorettes not in paradise? Is there a distinction?
Oh, my friend, this is welcome. I'm just gonna give you a quick intro to what this whole universe is.
Oh, great! Thank you.
Bachelor Nation is
yes.
this is what we're
Right.
what we're called. So there's three consistent shows.
Okay.
There's The Bachelor, where there is a guy who is being courted by a horde of ladies. There's The Bachelorette,
Yes.
where it's usually a woman who is courted by a gaggle of men.
Mm-hmm.
However, this year they decided to throw 2 bachelorettes in there, and it was a disaster.
Yeah, that takes that's tricky.
Yeah. It's tricky because you had some of it changed the entire power dynamic
Of course.
the whole show, because usually it's the guys like worshiping this one person,
Right.
but they had options now. So there was drama between, oh, actually I'm here for Rachel, or actually I'm here for Gabby, whatever. And it was just a mess. But
that is a mess.
The third show, they take previous contestants from The Bachelor and The
losers,
Bachelorette.
Correct? Like if you
yeah, but you can only choose one. But it's all about finding love, and it's not really about winning and losing. It's about finding love. So
that's the vibe I get. Yeah.
Bachelor in Paradise franchise. So they take previous contestants from The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, and they put them on a beach, and they just say,
"Run wild,
free for all,
no fences, no schedules."
The only stipulation is at the end of a certain amount of time. I don't know the cadence of this, but every week we get an episode where there's one or two more of the opposite gender. So one week there's 6 guys for 4 ladies.
Oh my gosh.
And then the ladies are in charge of choosing who stays. So they get to choose one person to stay and continue a relationship. So then there's 2 guys who leave. And then they introduce 2 new girls to the beach, and then the guys have to choose who goes. So it is it's wild. Things get sloppy. There's a lot more alcohol involved in Bachelor in Paradise. It is trash, and it's great.
Wow, that's a heck of a idea. It's a tricky one because you know who's coming. You don't know who's coming next. How do you decide?
Where did you go? Where did you come from?
Cotton Eye Joe. And how do you choose between the one who's there and the ideal one you have in your head that might be there?
Exactly. And they keep introducing new people, so you have these politics where somebody's like trying to fake enough of a relationship with someone so that they give them a rose for that week,
but they're
and then waiting for somebody else to come to the beach. It is just a mess.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Where does one go to get on these? You audition. Yes?
You go to abc.com/casting. They show it a lot on the screen during the show. Do you or a loved one want to become the next Bachelor or Bachelorette? Go to blah 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 and audition here. It's like Survivor, where you just like submit a tape.
Yeah, I'm sure they respond to all of them. Situations like that, it's like there's no way you're hurting for applicants, so why you gotta advertise? Maybe they are.
Maybe they are.
Maybe they are.
Who knows?
I personally don't know anyone that's applied, so maybe they are. Wow. So that sounds like
So
fun.
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
It's a lot of fun.
and I'm sure you get breathtaking views on Bachelor in Paradise.
Oh, indeed.
Yes,
So if I may,
of course.
going from this sort of drama to another sort of drama.
Yes, please.
I went to go see Don't Worry, Darling.
Oh, no, no, okay, yeah.
So, let me see here.
D-
Okay.
Does the real life drama spill out on screen? Can you
You
feel the
know,
tension? No?
you can feel the tension. Um, you can feel something was going on that set. I personally
Yeah.
thought it was better than I was expecting.
Okay.
I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought that I was going to going into it.
Yeah.
Just based on reviews, based on
Right.
all the
Everything. Yeah.
drama that's leaked and all that jazz.
Yeah.
Interesting ideas.
Yeah.
Interesting ideas. Couple of good performances. Some plot points made no sense. Some development was less than it needed to be. But overall,
I feel like the trailers I've seen, it it devolved from a pure drama, moving towards thriller and maybe even like horror. As trailers came out,
a terrible trailer.
What is wrong with people in trailer?
It's a terrible.
Who's
trailer.
designing these? Because you're doing a bad job.
It's really bad trailer. It gave too much away, but it positioned it in a weird light. Like people think it's like a horror movie.
Right.
It's not a horror movie.
What? Why are you guys doing this?
Yeah.
Huh. So it's scientists working on the atomic bomb, correct? No. Oh,
I don't know.
I thought. Oh.
I don't know.
Interesting.
It's a project.
It's a project. It's a Manhattan project.
It's a project.
Okay. That was Manhattan. There's radiation involved. I don't want to know. Don't tell me.
I'm not gonna tell you anything because I really liked the discovery of what is what they're actually doing.
Nice.
Yeah,
cool.
I thought that it was pretty cool. The reveal of what was happening and the overall tension that is seen in the mystery of it. But I think that the ending was very rushed, and there were things about the ending that didn't make sense. But overall, I liked it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That does remind me of another unique, interesting film. Did you ever watch Old?
No, I didn't watch Old.
M. Night shows up. I think they picked the bad title. I think that's a terrible title. I think it doesn't create the interest or the mystery that the movie does have. But it was an interesting idea. Going into the trailers, I knew what, like, people are on a beach and they're aging quickly. Like, that's very clear in the trailer. And I'm like, okay. But once we sat down, I think it's on HBO Max. Once we sat down to watch it, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm actually pretty intrigued because knowing M. Night, there's a logical reason for what's going on here, like a earthly logical reason. So I'm like, I'm curious to know what that is. And it was cool. I thought it was cool. Not the best movie I've ever seen. It's a little bottle episode-y, but it's interesting.
So the logical reason. Sorry, I'm just trying to.
He stretches. He stretches, but it's not purely super. Like, they attempt to explain. I'm trying to think of a past one that's a good example of it. You never. I'm assuming. I don't know why anyone would watch this movie on their own volition. Seen The Visit by, I believe, M. Night Shyamalan.
No, I haven't.
I don't think you're ever going to want to watch The Visit, so I'm going to give it to you. Um,
All right.
it's these two kids, and
Yep.
I think they're single mother who sends them to their grandparents' house. You've
Yes.
seen it, or are you familiar?
I'm
Um,
familiar. I have
we
not
had to
seen
watch
it.
it for like a movie class in college. It was like analyze horror. I'm like, I don't want to do
Interesting.
this. So it sends them to sends them to grandparents' house. Puts them on a train. You go to see grandma and grandpa that you haven't seen. I don't think in their entire life. What could go wrong?
Okay.
They get there and
Yeah. Forgive
yeah,
me.
yeah,
From my memory of the
yes.
trailers, this was kind of like a Hansel and Gretel type thing.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, okay, so Sorry, who played the grandparents? I
I
feel
couldn't
like
tell you. I can't remember.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
I don't know
Okay.
if I remember any. This could be just misremembering, and I'm not picturing
Okay.
faces right now. But I don't think there's any huge names in this.
Okay.
I don't think. Um,
I remember it being heralded as a return to form for M. Night.
oh, I guess that makes sense. What are they comparing that to? Like, what were his deviations? Do you remember that time period?
Didn't he direct the Avatar movie? Like,
Oh, I believe he did. So
yeah.
anything is a step in the right direction after that. Uh, so anyway, these kids go to the
Yeah.
house of the grandparents. It's like classic old person house, and it's just weird stuff start happening. Weird stuff, creepy stuff. At
Okay.
night, the grandmother's walking unnaturally. They're playing hide and seek. They go under the house, and the grandma's crawling at it like a demon, like horrifying. That image sticks in my head. And the grandpa also does weird stuff. I can't remember what he does. Anyway, turns out it's not shock. It's not the grandparents. It's to like escape people from the mental hospital that's like over here, and they have these specific uh issues that make them do these things. Um and they like killed the grandparents, or the grandparents are somewhere else. But like something like that, where it's like it's these people aren't possessed. They have a mental disorder that's causing them to do these things, and it's not like doppelgangers of their grandparents. They've never seen them, so they don't know what they look like. Or kind of so, yeah.
So this is similar to the reveal in Old.
Ish,
Okay,
not really, not really.
Okay, so
That was my
sorry.
best that I could come
Yeah.
up with of there's an earthly reason
Okay,
that he tries to explain.
interesting.
It's
Okay.
interesting. It's interesting.
Yeah, no, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah. Now I did have something else I would like to share with you.
Please.
Okay. Now, I do ask that you hold all questions till the end.
Yeah. Okay.
And understand that everything's gonna be okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So, this happened on our trip in November of 2021 to Disney World. I
Okay.
wore the pirate medallion on the 5th day of 5 days at Disney World at Magic Kingdom. Very early in the day, I reached down, as I did every couple of seconds, and it was gone. We searched we had literally just come in. Like, we had just come in. That was like the first thing, because the class was broken, so I'm like, I'm going to hold it very frequently. Okay, yes, fair enough.
Can you tell the people what you're
Oh, I'm
to?
so sorry. Yes. Seems like forever ago that the Myers family was bestowed upon a medallion. Aztec gold medallion. A replica from Dead Man's Chest. It was an exquisite replica. Yeah.
Is that not
Nope.
piece
It's
of
Pirates.
gold
It's Curse of the Black Pearl. Sorry.
Yeah.
Although I'm glad I mentioned
We
Dead
go
Man's
for
Chest.
strict accuracy.
Yeah.
Here.
But I'm glad I mentioned Dead Man's Chest, because that's possibly the best title I think of anything ever. It's just that I can't. Anyway, so yes, this is from Aztec Gold from the Curse of the Black Pearl, and it was a great replica. It was beautiful. It was shiny. It had there's a unique design on the back of the coins that most people don't see that this had, and I knew that, and it looked a certain way. It was great, and so I wear it to the Magic Kingdom in Disney World, and shortly after arriving, I'm not feeling it around my neck. I don't know how it could have fallen and I didn't hear it or I didn't feel it. I have no idea how this happened. So I looked all around there. I asked the security, I asked the desk. Nobody has seen it. And I'm like, oh my God. So this was in November of 2021. I go, there's a thing you can go to. It's called Chargerback. If you just like Google Chargerback Disney World, I'm sure there's one for Disneyland. It's basically like a online lost and found. So you explain what you lost. Yeah, you try to explain what you lost,
Right.
and they send it to you if they find it.
This is a Disney-run service or crowdfunding?
I have no idea. It does not look very Disney on the site, but it gets to them, so
Okay.
I don't know. So I don't have high hopes for this. So I am Googling trying to find this medallion, only to find it does not exist anywhere. I can't find anything that's like it. There's one that they sell in the parks now that is like a cheap imitation. It's not even close.
It's like a pin, right?
Almost. It's on a necklace.
Okay.
There's a pin one, and there's one on a necklace, and it doesn't even compare. It's just garbage. They dropped way down. I guess they figured it wasn't worth their time to make it so good. So it's nowhere. I'm like, I love that thing, and it was like our family's medallion, and I lost it, and that's freaking terrible. I couldn't tell anyone because felt so bad, and so. But I'm like, keep searching, and then months later, I get an email. We may have found your item, and I'm like, awesome. Now keep in mind what I typed was, it's a pirate medallion from Curse of the Black Pearl. It looks like this. It has this metal. It is not the one sold in stores. It is not the one that is currently sold in stores. So I said that specifically. So they said, we may have found your item. I'm like, okay. Okay. That's awesome. So they mail it to me. And what shows up but this little piece of nonsense that they currently sell in stores with no map, no map on the back. This look at this thing. Look at that.
Yeah, it's a cheap imitation.
Cheap imitation. It's garbage. And I'm like, I'll make do. But so I'm like, I'm gonna keep looking. And we go to Disney World this time. We looked. The whole time I'm like, I'm gonna see it at my feet. Obviously I don't. But when we get back, I Google it again because I'm like reinvigorated for my chase because we looked at all the stores trying to find the actual thing. And on Postmark, somebody's selling one that looks like it. And I'm like, okay, give it a shot. And what do I get in the mail? But the actual medallion, the actual one we had. And I know this is the one we had because when I found it on Postmark, I emailed the person saying, hey, where did you find this? Partially hoping that they found it on the floors of Disney World at the Magic Kingdom and it was actually ours. But they said, I got it at Disneyland. I was like, okay. If they got it on the ground at Disney World and they're trying to hide that fact, they wouldn't have known to say Disneyland. So I'm like, all right. And I'm like, do you remember when? And she's like, oh, it was a long time ago, like 2007. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
a couple of things came out of this story. So this is it. It's not the one we had, but it's the exact. I mean, like it was sold at the same time. It's the same one. It's just not the exact one we had. It's perfect.
Now, if I'm remembering correctly, the little gold dangly bit had broken off on ours.
You are absolutely correct. Which is why I knew it had this type of top.
Yes.
Ours. And we had put a necklace on it crudely through this thing, so when you wore it, it was like sideways. So correct. Now we have one that has the little thing. And this is actually the chain that came with this chain.
Yes.
Dude. So a couple things come out of this. One, if you go to Chargerback, Lost and Found, and describe any item that they sell in stores and say it's like that item, I am now 90% sure they are just going to send you that item thinking you lost it. Because I specifically said it's not this one. And they sent me a free one. So now I have, I mean, it's garbage, but, so they might, so if you guys want some Disney merch, maybe just claim you lost it in the park and maybe they'll send it to you. And the other good thing is, apparently, this is the most rare item on the internet because somebody happened to be selling it, basically on eBay. Like they just had it.
Yeah.
And they're like, I don't want it anymore. I'm gonna sell it. I don't know why. I mean, it's small. Like, just keep it in a drawer somewhere. But I'm not complaining. But you cannot find this item like in a package. I really could not find this anywhere. There's variations of the pirate medallion, Etsy and all kinds of stuff. None of them are that good, and none of them are produced by Disney. And the ones produced at Disney are just, this is the only thing you're gonna find. Trash. So if you got a pirate medallion from 2007 Disneyland, hold on to that baby because it's gonna appreciate probably because that is rare. I would have paid anything for this, and it was like $20, and I'm like, you fool. Yeah, so there's a semi-sweet ending where we do have the medallion back in possession.
Beautiful.
It's not the same one, but
now you had me for a second because I was waiting for this story to end with you like seeing it in a bush whilst on a ride. I almost said something like it's not, because I definitely felt like I had found it, because so this is the string, whatever, what have you. Oh wow! So you had the string, but the medallion had fallen off?
The whole thing had fallen off. I had lost the string and the medallion.
Okay.
So to my surprise, the medallion the person selling on Postmark has this string, this exact string that I'm pretty sure we picked up from somewhere else and just used it. And so the clasp was broken, and I'm like, I'm gonna get this, and the clasp was gonna be broken, and I'm gonna know that that's my freaking medallion that they lied about. But it's not broken, so this is not the same necklace or same strap. So yeah,
that is a crazy tale.
It's pretty crazy. I'm sure the kids at home aren't as invested as we were, but if
this thing was a constant in our life, for some reason it was just there all the time,
and I would just pick it up and
play with it and
just do a little thumb rub, and it killed me not being able to do that. This little guy just sat there like, you can't rub this thing. Ridiculous. So I was getting like, because I don't remember getting it like the moment we got it. So I'm like, okay, so this is an actual prop from the movie. It somehow fell and we got it. And I saw somewhere on a Disney Park documentary that one of the chest, I think in the Disneyland ride, is a prop from the movie. The Aztec chest, and they said when they were installing it in the ride, it like one of the props from the movie fell out, and I'm like, oh my god, we found it. We found this one on the ride. It's the real one, and it's probably worth millions. And I lost it, and I was losing my mind because I could not find it anywhere until this person sold it on Postmark. So much thanks, person. I expressed my gratitude many times, to which she probably thought I was a child, but.
Yeah,
I needed to have it back, so we have it. That's my story.
Aztec gold.
Yeah, what a great film. They could have easily just casually made a pirate movie that's based on a Disney ride and made money and moved on, but no. They signed Johnny Depp and Jeffrey Rush, and Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley.
The rest is history.
The rest is history. Now, should we take that into the sequel?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let us give you a current state of affairs on where we are on the sequel. So, the idea is that we have a director who's poured his life into film, and he's given his big break. he is asked to adapt a book, a well-beloved fantasy book, into a movie. He puts it out. It's very well received, box office wise, fairly well received critically. There's the classic fans who are wishy-washy on, is this better than the book? Is this the book is better? Blah, blah, blah. This gives him the juice. He's able to go out. And he's able to make his passion project.
Was that a Korn reference?
What?
Was that a Korn reference?
Oh, it wasn't supposed to be. But,
okay. But it does have the juice.
But he has the juice.
He has the juice.
He's got the juice, and he is able to create his own passion project movie. This is a very self-indulgent, pretentious film that comes out and is received as one might expect it to.
Mm-hmm. But it's got a feel of Playback Time, the beloved classic from Mr. Bean's Holiday, directed by Carson Clay, produced by Carson Clay, starring Carson Clay.
Exactly.
Important
point. It is reminiscent of the fake movie that is coursing throughout the veins of
the Cannes Film
Mr. Bean's
Festival.
Holiday.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so he puts this movie out, waltzed on the red carpet at the premiere of this movie. It comes to his attention that the studio is producing a sequel film to his fantasy adaptation.
Yes.
And he has been signed on to direct, unbeknownst to him. He tries to fight this. He's unhappy with this, so he didn't want to return to franchise filmmaking after his bout with it.
Yes.
So he is then shockingly kidnapped by a group of rabid book fans.
Yes.
Who are very, very passionate about the fact that this movie should not be made. There should be no sequel to this movie. There is a book in process, but the book has not come out yet. It is not ready for a sequel movie. The movie cannot come before the book. This needs to be blessed by the author himself.
Yes.
They are not aware that our director is on the same page as them. He is not. He has no desire to adapt a sequel to his previous film. So they cook up a plan together to pitch the most ridiculous, most outlandish, most expensive version of a sequel they can to dissuade the studio from making this movie.
Yes.
They take a fantasy book, they throw sci-fi elements into it, they mishmash genres, they make it incredibly expensive CGI scenes, action sequences, just the whole 9 yards. Everything they make it 3D.
Yes.
Just the most expensive movie that you could possibly make.
Yeah.
Now, they pitch this to the studio, and the studio's like, hell yeah, brother, give it to us. Go out and make this movie.
Please.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yes.
So, this was not expected. So then, so Act 1 is him releasing the original movie, it going well, him opening his this new movie, getting kidnapped. That's through Act 2, and then in Act 3 is the production and release of the sequel movie.
Yes.
And there's resistance on all sides. There's some actors who are all gung-ho about it. There are some actors who are really upset about having to make this movie.
Yes.
And then our movie ends at the premiere of the sequel, where it is announced that a third movie in the series will be produced to make this a trilogy. And
I like it. Yeah.
It goes from there.
Yeah. I'm picturing like the end credits of the sequel, and maybe a little this like Guardians of the Galaxy will return, or one of those little notes at the
Nice.
very end,
Yes.
and he just
very
angrily questioning that, and it like cuts him off. He's it's classic. Wow. Oh, what a film! What a film! I'm excited about this one. I'm excited about all of our movies these days. So I did have an idea for our director.
All right.
How would you feel about getting a director, an actual director? And I don't know if he's acted in anything, or if he has, it's been small. I would like to see James Gunn as our director. That's kind of when I'm envisioning this, I'm kind of seeing James Gunn. It's like all the funnier that he directs big sci-fi movies.
Yeah,
like his day job. So I kind of feel. How do you feel?
No, I honestly have not heard the man speak. So
I haven't either, but either way, I think it would be good.
I like the idea of it.
Yeah, right. I guess that's all yeah. I haven't heard the man speak. That's weird. I don't watch any like press tours.
I get weirdly into some of them,
but
I don't think that I've heard James Gunn in particular speak.
No, I guess I haven't either. I was kind of thinking about that. Like, I see these people in roles, and I like never really hear. Like, Emily heard John Boyega talk for the first time with his
not as a stormtrooper,
and threw for a loop. And I was thinking about there's a episode of SNL. I don't really watch SNL, but there's an episode of SNL that's hosted by Jim Parsons, and he does. I think I've seen the monologue where he just goes on about how he is absolutely nothing like Sheldon, but like all I hear is Sheldon, and that's the only situation I've heard that man speak not being Sheldon, and it sounds like Sheldon trying to say he's not Sheldon, and I'm like, this guy has an entire life, and I cannot picture him out of this one role.
No,
it's weird.
Okay, so let's talk about other roles that we want to fill.
Yeah, we talked about last time the horde of kidnappers are from classically hated sequels.
Yes.
Or classically disliked, or infamous maybe.
Infamous sequels.
Infamous.
Yeah.
And I think we threw around Hayden Christensen as one. And it's tricky because I feel like a lot of actors that you're going to know that are in bad sequels are also in some good stuff. Like a lot of good things. Because I was thinking like this one's, but like Al Pacino from like Godfather 3.
Right.
I think this is right. Is Michael Caine in Jaws 4? Jaws the Revenge? I think he's in it. But I could be wrong.
I don't know. Isn't Dennis Quaid in one of the bad Jaws sequels?
Oh yeah, so that wouldn't make sense that Michael Caine is in it. Who did I see? Jaws, The Revenge. Okay, so Dennis Quaid is in Jaws 3D, which you guys should go give a watch. Have you seen Jaws 3D?
No, but I am super down to make Dennis Quaid one of the.
One
of our kidnappers.
Jaws 3D. It was like right when they figured out how to do 3D. So now watching them without the glasses or the red and blue, red and green, it's just really funny because you're like, why are they deliberately having this thing move slowly towards me? A lot of fun. Maybe I made up the thing about Michael Caine. I saw a picture and I swear it was Michael Caine. Oh yeah, Michael Caine. Michael Caine is in Jaws the Revenge, which is Jaws 4, which is a 3.0 on IMDb. That away, guys. Let's look at this descent, shall we? Jaws 8.1 with an 87 Metascore. Jaws 2, 5.8 with a 51 Metascore. That's a steep. That's steep. And then we have 3.7 for Jaws 3D with a 27 Metascore. And then Jaws the Revenge, we have a 3.0 with a 15 Metascore. What I want to know is how do you, not deliberately, make them decrease in quality almost at a fixed rate? Like, how do you accidentally make something worse than Jaws 3D? How is that possible? How was that not on purpose?
I'm looking at the Rotten Tomatoes, and it is 0.
I didn't know that. I didn't know you could do that. It's like a negative credit score. How do you do that? 0. There is not a single ounce of redeemable anything from this movie. Michael Caine can't say from not even 1%. I don't know if I've ever seen a 0. What makes a critic say 0? Because I've seen horrible movies that are in the 10s. I don't even know if I've seen a single-digit Rotten Tomato score.
I honestly don't know how. I think there's a different scale for movies that existed before Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
Right? So in the era of Rotten Tomatoes, you get thumbs up, thumbs down.
Mm-hmm.
Before Rotten Tomatoes, it was they've gone back and read the reviews, aggregated older reviews, and I think they just take is this positive or is this negative? Is this mostly positive? Is this mostly negative? Thumbs up, thumbs down, and do it that way. And I don't think it would be the same if the critics themselves were choosing the up and down arrow.
I see.
At this time, Jamie Kennedy, Son of the Mask.
I was gonna say I don't know what the guy's name is from Son of the Mask, but apparently that's one of the worst ones. Yep, that's up there for sure. Why they thought they could make The Mask without Jim Carrey, I will never know. And I struggle to put this one in the bad category because I have a weird fondness for it. But The Lost World, Jurassic Park. This would be so niche that if we cast this guy from this movie, a lot of people are not going to get it. But Vince Vaughn, who remembers that Vince Vaughn is in Lost World, Jurassic Park?
I would say the vast majority of the population is not aware that Vince Vaughn is in a Jurassic Park movie.
I would agree with you there. So we should cast these people, and then when the movie gets on the big screen, we just snicker to ourselves while everyone just looks on.
Yeah.
Like, why did they get Vince Vaughn to randomly kidnap somebody?
I think that we've picked enough people who are in historically bad sequels. So I think we've got Dennis Quaid, Vince Vaughn, and Hayden Christensen. That could be a fun little trio, and that can be more. That can consist of more people than just those 3. But those can be some of the main voices in that group.
Exactly. I'm picturing not a horde, but a decent amount, and then the ringleaders are the big name people. Yeah. Like an entourage, and then these guys.
So then
I don't know if we
want to talk about the cast of the movie, like of the sequel movie. So we have to have our heroic lead and romantic interest, because this has to be super contrived. This has to be like well within the box of blockbuster fantasy movies.
Yes.
Then we have to have like an old wise person.
Yes.
And then we have to have the villain who has been resurrected.
Of course.
From the first one.
Somehow they return.
Yeah, and he has to look like a zombie or something.
Absolutely. Yes. And the thing that comes to mind to just insinuate the ridiculousness is go with people that are just outrageously popular at the moment.
Yes. Exactly.
So like Chris Evans is our lead guy, and the villain is Chris Pratt, who I think he gets a lot of. I've seen a lot of people not liking Chris Pratt right now, but he's in everything. So I think people would enjoy seeing him, and it's like terribly done, like the makeup's garbage, and he just obviously just looks like Chris Pratt, and they're overacting.
Yeah.
And then like a Danny Glover as the old wise.
Yeah.
Old wise guy, and then we should cast a musician, a singer for the love interest. I feel like
yes,
a
little bit of stunt
that has
casting.
negative chemistry with Chris Evans.
Let's see. Doja
Like
Cat.
I almost was like Doja Cat or like Camila Cabello or
yeah,
something like that, and it's just like it makes no sense. It's ridiculous.
dude, I'm super down. I think that's
Yeah.
it. I think that sounds great.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
It's gonna be fun.
I feel good about that.
I do too. I think we hit the hammer on the head
Yeah,
with the nail, and it's just yeah.
yeah.
It's ready to go. We just gotta bow it up and send it out. You know,
Call our agents.
call our agents. Yeah. Well, I live right down the street from JC Model and Talent.
Really?
Yeah. Do you happen to know what JC stands for? It's a name, so you would have no way of knowing. It stands for John Casablanca.
All right.
So the company is John Casa. This is in Indianapolis, Indiana. Everybody, John Casablanca's Model and Talent, and it's at the end of a little like strip mall, like business center.
Get the word
So
out.
if
Nice,
get the word out, I am so curious to walk in there and be like, do I hand you a script or like headshots? Or, like, what can you do for me, John Casablanca? Where? I also picture him kind of like a, kind of like a Saul Goodman, where he's just got his toe dipped in. Like he can help you with anything.
Yeah.
Like I'll send your script to Hollywood. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll send your headshots out.
You should just walk in and see what's up.
I should walk in there, like in a suit and sunglasses, and like don't take the sunglasses off. And
Yeah.
And I'm here for John.
I'm here for John.
I know. I'm so curious to know what goes on in there because it looks so absurd. As if it's John Casablanca. What would be great is if that was his like birth name. Like that's actually on his birth certificate. Because then I'd feel kind of bad. But I'm like, dude, there's no way your name is
There's no
John.
way. I mean, it's probably
No
a toss-up between Casablanca and Casanova.
John Casanova. Oh man.
Yeah.
But he's like, no. I gotta have my roots in Hollywood.
Yeah.
John Casanova. Of course, it's John too. Like you can't. That is so. I want to see what that guy looks like too.
Yeah. So I think that your homework is to go and
Talk to John Casablanca.
Talk to John Casablanca.
Yeah,
I almost did it. And if you could get a picture with him, that would be
absolutely
that would be great.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of pictures that are like that, have you seen / heard of the movie Elvis and Nixon or Nixon and Elvis or something like that?
Isn't Michael Shannon playing Elvis in that?
Yes. I'm pretty sure I can't. I'm pretty sure you're right.
Who is Nixon? That's a good.
Oh.
Let me see.
So it's 2016.
Okay.
So, actually, by me telling you that, I'm throwing you off. So, yeah, Michael Shannon.
You're throwing me off by
telling you it's 2016. So this is after this person has done something to where I thought no one would ever cast him again. I'm pretty sure. Maybe it's not. Maybe my timelines are off.
Is that is it Spacey?
It's Spacey.
Spacey. That's got to be
Nixon.
That's got to be before.
Okay.
Well, not before the act, but before it came out.
Okay.
It's gotta be.
Okay. Yeah.
So I feel like he was in something like big.
Yeah. Baby Driver.
After that, when
Or
was
is that
Baby
before?
Driver? Did you say Baby Driver?
I did. Yeah. Isn't he in Baby Driver?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I was thinking that as well. Let's see.
While you're looking.
Yeah.
While you're looking for that, casting Michael Shannon as Elvis, especially I had watched Elvis the day or two before. I don't know who the casting director was that cast Michael Shannon as Elvis, but Elvis, potentially the most charismatic person to ever walk the earth, it does not exactly come out of Michael Shannon.
Dude,
And you're like,
I'm
maybe
a
he kills it. Maybe he kills it. But it he seriously looks and sounds and acts like an Elvis impersonator, and it's hilarious when actual Elvis impersonators come up, and the whole joke is that's actually Elvis, but they almost look better than he does.
yeah. I wouldn't say that Michael Shannon screams Elvis, but I
No.
will say that I enjoy every second that I see Michael Shannon on screen.
Have you watched Boardwalk Empire?
No, I haven't.
We stopped watching it. We enjoy it. We don't know. We gotta pick it back up. But he works for the drug and alcohol thing during Prohibition, trying to make sure nobody does the business.
Yeah.
And he's like extremely religious, and like like hits himself with a switch and all that fun
Yikes.
stuff. So yeah, and then seeing him as Elvis was funny. His name is Nelson in Boardwalk Empire.
Mm-hmm.
So now whenever I see him, I think Nelson. That's his
Nelson.
name. Yeah. So anyway, the reason the movie exists is because of all the photos of American history that are held at the National Archives. Of all the photos, the number one requested photo is one of Elvis and Nixon, like that in the Oval Office. And it's the story behind the photo is quite interesting. It's a wild ride. I think Evan Peters is in it. Colin Hanks is in it. Johnny Knoxville is in it. Yeah. So Kevin Spacey, Michael Shannon. It's wild. It's fun. It's on Amazon Prime, I think. Elvis and Nixon, just big letters.
Yeah. Give it a shot. So, I think that I have a connector for you.
Oh, yes.
I want you to connect.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go off of this here. I want you to connect Johnny Knoxville.
Nice. All right.
And I want you to connect him to. I want you to connect Johnny Knoxville to Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Affleck. All right. Don't think he's in that. Okay. All right. I should be able to do this. Okay, I think I have it.
Okay.
I'm using a movie I don't. Johnny Knoxville is in The Ringer with Brian Cox. Brian Cox is in Troy with Brad Pitt. Oh, I thought I had it. Brian Cox.
You're very close.
Brian Cox is in Troy with Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt is in. I'm struggling on my Ben Affleck movies. Brad Pitt is in. Oh, Brad Pitt is in Oceans with Matt Damon. Matt Damon is in Good Will Hunting with Ben Affleck.
There you go. Good stuff.
Nice. Yeah. Apparently, Johnny Knoxville is making a comeback because he's in that show, the reboot show.
Yeah. I'm very. So we've watched everything that's come out so far. And I'm very up and down on it.
Gotcha.
At some moments I'm like, this is genius, and some moments I'm like, okay, what is that? Don't love that. But the way that I went, going off of your Elvis and Nixon.
Yes.
Johnny Knoxville
didn't even pop in my head. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah.
Johnny Knoxville is in Elvis and Nixon.
Idiot.
With Michael Shannon,
Yeah.
who is in Batman v Superman with Ben Affleck.
Isn't
I
he
actually
Zod?
don't know. Yes, he is.
Now that I know him,
Yeah. Technically, I don't know if
isn't he in
Batman v
Steel?
Superman. He's in Man of Steel, so I could go that route. But he's like a dead body that is resurrected in right, to make Doomsday and Batman v Superman. Yeah. So they either made a model of him or they brought him in for one day to be a dead body.
Counts. still counts. Yeah, that counts. Wow. Yeah. Michael Shannon. What else is he in? I know him from Boardwalk Empire mostly. I think Elvis Nixon, Zod.
He is in Knives Out.
Right. Ooh, how about what's
let's
Glass
see.
Onion? Is that the next adventure?
Yeah, it's the next adventure.
Excited.
Looks like it's gonna be wild.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other things that I know him from. I just know that I enjoy his presence.
I like his voice.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun if he did more comedic roles. I feel like he's mostly serious.
Yeah, I think so too.
But he kind of plays on that in Knives Out, which is fun.
Yeah.
Oh well. Glass Onion is a straight to Netflix, correct?
Correct. I think they might do like a theatrical run of it, though.
If Netflix wants to shake things up, my suggestion, in my infinite business knowledge of the movie world, is kind of operate like a studio. You have your kind of like Disney, where Disney's releasing new movies and putting them in. Like everybody, HBO Max has got Warner Brothers that's doing this. Just act like a studio where you release movies, you get as much as you can from the box office, and then put them on your streaming platform. Why put them directly on your streaming platform? You have to at least make some more money by putting it in theaters, I would think. I don't know how much it costs to do that. I wonder why in a time that they're hurting, they spend a lot of money on this.
Yeah.
It's a serious production. Put it in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to do well. It's going to do well in theaters. Glass Onion.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess that's the conundrum that they have, and because their brand perception is that it is available day one. That they risk their relationship with the theater. I mean, they don't have a great relationship with theaters, but they've risked that by sticking to this day and date streaming, and then there will be backlash if they want to keep that model when if they were to put things into the theaters. Yeah, and that is there's like cognitive dissonance that they would create if they were to change that model. But who knows if that dissonance would
I feel like
change their revenue.
Yeah. I feel like they had tried once. There was a movie they released in theaters.
Yes, because I think there's still a qualification that you need to have for awards movies. So I think that they do that on occasion.
I see. Wow.
Yeah.
So interesting. We'll see where that takes that. I feel like the world of entertainment is going to have to do another swing, because it seems like the streaming model is not as, given there's so many different options out there now, it's not as sustainable as it used to be. So we'll see where that takes us. Yeah. Maybe our movies will be on a different platform one day. Not coming soon. Anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Coming soon. Well, I just want to thank everybody for joining us today. I think we're going to wrap up there. So what we've been talking about is not going to be coming soon, but we'll be back next time with a new adventure for you guys.
Yeah, we will.
Well, I thank you all for joining us, and we know you could be doing anything, and it means the world to us that you are spending some time with us. It does. So we hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, weekend, week, morning.
Oh, yeah.
Who knows? Who knows if you're listening to this morning? But just have a wonderful rest of whatever it is that you have. Have a wonderful life. Yeah. And we will talk to you when we talk to you. Yeah, we'll do that. What was your name again? Oh, yeah, my name today was Jeff. Today my name is Ryan, and you, like Jeffrey said, have a great whatever it is you're doing. Whatever it is, do it to the fullest. Boom. Boom. Over and out. We out.